Warner Durns for the first time. And Kalen Doris for the first time in 189 days lead their teams out at the Aviva Stadium. All change for Andy as he welcomes the Brave Blossoms. The front row gets a facelift with the addition of Kelleher and Clarkson, and Tyke Byrne, the much maligned red card, rescinded, and Kalen Doris back as captain. It's a big day for Craig Casey. He makes up an all-Munster axis 9 and 10 with Jack Crowley once again entrusted at fly half. And it is Roy of the Rovers, the tale of Tom Farrell in the midfield for a debut. For Japan, limited changes, but so much inexperience. Kenji Sato in February was captaining his university side in the Japan Championships. But with Warner Durns as captain and the might of Makisi alongside, there'll be plenty more punch for the Brave Blossoms. Naoto Saito has rejoined from Toulouse, where he's been learning the craft from the great man Dupont himself. He partners Shung-Sin Lee, the co-vice captain. A lunchtime reservation in D4 to open up our feast of Quilter Nations action. And goodness me, expect Japan to filter over to that bigger blind side. Lots of options available. Well, they had the penalty in their back pocket, and Tommy O'Brien is finally fed a bit of ball to work with, but God Island rocking on the board in Chicago last week. And history repeats itself to the pleasure of the Aviva. Decided to go to the air and long a couple of times. Maybe they just need to hold on to a bit of possession, squeeze this Japanese defense. Henshaw receives it direct from Casey. Farrell is upended awkwardly.
Tackle the player, lands dangerously, meets the yellow card threshold, goes for off-field review.
I think that's a tough break, I really do. I think a penalty, you know, could have sufficed there, as we mentioned.
Yeah, advantage.
More fluid from Ireland, the hole opening up, a chasm in fact. Ireland in behind, and desperate defence from the Brave Blossoms. Casey looks wide, Doris to Crowley. Try time for Ireland. They've puffed and they've puffed. With formative memories against the Brave Blossoms in green. Now Farrell steps in, Henshaw just manipulates the defence and goes basketball style to O'Brien.
Ball's lifted.
Doris at pace, pumping the pistons, dragging Japanese men with him. Henshaw taken low, the Japanese defence is standing up well to the wave of Irish attacks coming their way. The second rows combined. Ireland just splitting the resources a little bit, having half the team on one side of the field, half on the other. They need to just keep going the same direction. So they're going to get some mismatches. Nick Timoney, foot to the floor. He just loves to score in green.
What do they call it? A commentator's curse. You're sort of talking at it. It was really going nowhere. Nothing happened. A couple of mishandles. Next thing, the ball bounces. And Nick Timoney has an abundance of pace. Brilliant finish. I wouldn't say it was exactly
6 away, Matt. And Gunter offering the punch. Well formed, rocking and rolling round that left corner. All hands to the pump for the Irish forwards. As more Brave Blossoms pour forward irresistibly. We'll go to the TMO. But what's the question?
Time is off, guys.
There's more advantage. Irish penalty stacking up. Gunter looking for the offload. But opts to hold. Makisi, more meters for the number 8.
Go back for the offside. Yes. Player can be lower, so he meets the yellow card threshold. It goes for off-field review.
correct.
Number 11. No, it's too much up.
Yeah, like you said, Brian, it can go either way there.
Can only watch on as Japan split the uprights, and their 2 late scores mean it's game on heading into the second half. Ireland leading Japan, but with the momentum and, dare I say, elements of the Aviva against some lacklustre first 40 minutes. Farrell scrambles forward. Crowley just drifts it deliciously into the grip of O'Brien.
Last foot.
Bed ignored. Porter plunging to the line. Ireland have dug deep.
He made it to the line.
And they've gone to a big game then. Andrew Porter crashes over for Ireland.
Yeah.
Now it's Farrell, and an ambitious ball to O'Brien, again dribbled through, but Yazaki's wise to the threat. The charge down from Cian Prendergast, stuck down. It just had to be.
Player is always advancing, being offside, so no try offside.
Yeah, look, ultimately he's offside, but it still doesn't take away.
And Gus McCarthy just in the chariot, looking for a bit of horsepower from his teammates, and he's getting it delayed. One last propulsion. And Gus McCarthy, on his 7th cap, gets another try in the autumn.
Yeah, really, really well worked maul. Thought just before they got that secondary movement on that the referee might have called for them to use it. Japan and Nestle do really, really well. They're pinning those corners, not letting Ireland get any access. And then, Dricko, as you said, from a back's point of view, Tommy O'Brien.
The line-out woes, no more for Ireland, and they are filling their boots with runners charging onto the ball with gusto. Off goes Paddy McCarthy, almost slipping to the paint. Instead, Caelan Blade forces his way in, but Paddy McCarthy on his maiden day at the Aviva has a first try for Ireland.
Yeah, well worked. Just taking it through phases, and it shows you don't always have to take the right option. A couple of times they maybe could have moved it, but just showing that
Bit of running rugby.
Set!
And Fujiwara looks to bring Japan to life once more. That is lovely hands under duress in the midfield, and Asada can't scamper clear of Tommy O'Brien. Lost at the base. Prendergast pops it up. O'Brien for the line. Tommy, like a tornado, blows through the remnants of the Japanese defence. Sam the man with the assist, and Tommy O'Brien brings it home.
It's become a little bit of a blowout, probably undeservedly so.
And Fujiwara is happy to call it a day. Well, the Aviva tentatively